and what blockchain brings is uniqueness. It allows you to be able to track your investment, transparency. So you're not putting it in some pot somewhere where you don't know what's happening.
I think Dubai is doing well on that because you see their hotel apartments, the real estate is booming. It's one of the booming industries in UAE.
Yeah.
People invest in real estate. They buy off plans, but because of that transparency,
exactly,
you are able to invest, let's say $100.
Yes.
And you're able to see it to what stage you want to exit, and another person comes in. And if it's a hotel, you can even own a room.
A square, yeah, exactly.
Or a square feet.
Yeah. And you see, because of that, because of the flexibility of investment, there's a lot of capital available for them to invest in real estate, in high-end real estate. So it's a chicken and egg thing, but then it is cyclic, it builds momentum.
Do you think that there's a product that can be crafted when it comes to these developing countries where governments want to issue out the revolving fund, let's say youth fund, microfinance? Don't you think that it's a more...
It's a very, because again, the technology brings in transparency, and that is a very big opportunity. And of course, one of the things, the beauty about how we did it is that when we spin off this business, it has its own leadership and all the... So everything I'm talking about is a fully fledged business of its own.
Okay.
And would love to host...
Please go and profit something around that, because see, Uganda right now, the government is trying to encourage the youth.
Yes.
Go
actually
circles, groups, and
what we can do,
put in money there.
We can host the CEO of Redex. She can come here and talk more about it.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Walimi also.
Sure.
Crypto Savannah also. So we can, so they can come and enter.
Man, we're gonna have series of this. Make sure that you get prepared for the Savannah group.
Yeah.
Many series. These guys have seated down and they've come up with a dynamite. So you need to watch closely.
Yeah. So all these businesses will be, and they will talk deeper. That's why I'm just touching on them. So these are some of the businesses that are birthed out of our work in the blockchain space. But I want to narrow down to Crypto Savannah specifically and on the ID project, because that one I believe is revolutionary.
That's the gist of the matter today, because we want today's topic is on blockchain use case, of identity and KYC.
Yeah.
Because let me give you a preamble about the same.
Okay, sure.
Why do we have to talk about this? One, many regulators in Africa, they are looking at, are there use cases on blockchain?
Yes.
They really want to know, are there real use cases?
Right.
That is one. Number two, we have a challenge of we don't have addresses in Africa. There are a few countries that have really worked on the addresses.
Addressing system, yes.
The addressing system where you know that, okay, Noah is here, is a resident of A, B, C, D, and if I want to deliver a service or a product, I don't need to talk to Noah. There's an address.
Yes.
I know where to find everything. There it brings in credibility. There it brings in the credit system. You are someone already, you have their KYC. You are able to give them anything that you want on credit or something of that nature. But okay, in Africa we don't have the credit system yet.
Very mature. It's not yet very mature, but it's coming.
It's coming, but it's not at that stage where you can entrust someone that much. So briefly, tell us, why did you have to come up with this idea of KYC? Okay. And the addressing system. Tell us, where did you see the gap and what are you trying to bridge?
So, going back, remember after the conference, I told you we started having a conversation with some of these government entities. So
you are cooking.
So we worked together with UCC to solve a specific unique...
There's a room you didn't see somewhere that we call it our situation room.
Situation room.
We can be there for 70 hours or maybe 20 hours. Something of that nature.
So one of the things we were always intentional about doing is to bring out the use cases of blockchain.
Yes.
So one of the use cases is digital identity and KYC. It does that really well by uniquely matching multiple data sets.
Yeah.
So with UCC, one of the things we're trying to solve is how do we, because they were having a challenge with SIM card registration. People were registering with fake SIM cards, people were registering with wrong information.
Yeah.
And so they needed a way to tell in real time that when I go with an ID, it checks in real time and gives me feedback whether I'm actually a genuine person so that they can issue me a SIM card. Now it sounds like a very simple transaction until you discover that it has to connect to the mirror, it has to connect to the different telcos, etc. And the telcos are not going to share this information with each other because they are competing.
Yeah.
So we needed a unique solution where the UCC can get this data in real time without having the telcos share their
Of course, the telcos will offer their data at a pay if you want.
Even that, even if they, by the way, they can't because that data is very proprietary to them. So how do you get competing people to be able to get data from them without exposing that information to each other? There is where you see the traditional database can't work. So the only solution was a blockchain, and this is what we offered. We said, let's do this on a blockchain. And to cut the long story short, to get to the gist, we worked with UCC for 2 years.
Okay.
And last year we flagged off the SIM card registration interface for UCC, where they're able to track all SIM card registrations across the whole country, across all the networks. That system is on a blockchain. Now, it's I believe it's one of the first use cases in Africa where a sitting regulator is using a blockchain, not only for pilot, commercially. So right now, as we speak, any SIM card you register today, is the attestation, the matching between NIN and SIM card is done on a blockchain.
What?
Yes, in Uganda.
In Uganda?
Yes.
Already the government is using blockchain.
They've been using it for a year because we flagged this off in June last year.
Wow.
Yeah. So
which network are they using?
It's a custom hybrid blockchain. So it's both has a private side because it's using it for the blockchain for regulatory purposes. One of the things, for example, the law requires is that you're not supposed to own more than 10 SIM cards by law.
Yeah.
And so how would you enforce it? Say, for example, I have 9 SIM cards with one telco. When I go to the other one, do you know that previously there was no way they could tell that I have other SIM cards with another telco because that telco is not going to share that information?
Of course, I can have 5 here, I have 5 here, 5
But
there.
now, if you buy 5 SIM cards on MTN and you go to Airtel if you have 10 SIM cards on MTN and you go to Airtel to get the 11th, they will not give it to you. Because our blockchain will tell them that you can't issue this person already has more than the legal requirement.
Wow.
And so that's a revolutionary thing that couldn't be done with databases because they had tried. I mean, databases, these guys have all the money to spend on databases and APIs. And so it is a unique way in which blockchain is bringing value.
So do the end users really understand, the end users of the technology? Do they understand that they're using blockchain or?
They don't. And for me, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that blockchain, because it's a fundamental technology, it is going to fizzle off into the background. It's like the internet.
Internet, oh yeah.
You see, no one thinks about the internet. You only get worried about the internet when you either have not paid for it or when it's not working. But when it is working,
you don't need to know.
No, like I was talking to some people and telling them, if I come to you and say SMTP, you will not understand what I mean. What is SMTP? Yeah,
unless if you are technical.
Unless if you're very technical, which are very few people, you don't understand what SMTP is. But if I say Gmail, of course you understand what Gmail means. But you don't understand that Gmail uses SMTP in the background. Without SMTP, you can't have Gmail.
Of course.
And so that's the same thing. And this is the mistake we used to make. And that's the thing that we're trying to clarify. Is that blockchain, when you go say blockchain, you're saying SMTP. So of course you're going to get confused people. So what we're trying to bring out is the use cases. I don't have to sell you Gmail.
Blockchain.
I don't have to sell you Gmail. You already understand the benefits of owning Gmail. You understand? So that's the thing.
Also, the journey is let's create more use cases on blockchain.
Create more use cases.
Daily, solving daily problems.
Exactly.
What people really want. And then at the back of the underlying technologies, the blockchain.
Yeah. I don't think we need to promote blockchain. Just promote its unique feature. It will do it itself. So now what we are solving an
like,
identity.
You can't start promoting internet.
No, for what? It sells itself. The internet sells itself.
Already everyone knows why they need internet.
You know that a phone without an internet connection is almost useless.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so that is the way we are going. Blockchain is going to stop being a buzzword. It's now going to be a necessity for systems to work. The same way the internet stopped being a buzzword.
Let's capture that. Blockchain is going to be?
It's going to stop being a buzzword. And it is just going to become a necessity.
So blockchain is a necessity where we are going right now.
Yeah.